Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Connect Kenya Uganda. My name is Pam Keru, and today we have another amazing topic, and we're hoping that you're going to enjoy. And our today's topic is about
Culture shock as a Ugandan in Kenya. Well, first of all, thank you guys for watching our YouTube channel. If you're still watching up to this time, we really give you a thumb up. Thank you so much for the support that you've given to us. And for those who have not yet subscribed, please subscribe because more of educative content is still coming to you guys. So jumping into the topic today, we are going to talk about the culture shock. Speaking as a Ugandan, what I experienced when they talk about Kenya and Uganda, some people might think that these two countries are like same countries. Well, they have so many things that they have that are similar, and there is a lot that is really totally different. Yeah. So in that, I will first of all begin by the food. And when you hear that these two countries are like similar to each other, people might say that, yeah, still they have the same food. The food that is in Kenya and the food that is in Uganda is different. You can tell.
Yeah, of course.
First, I will speak about the ugali. In Kenya, the ugali and the posho in Uganda is totally different. One day I remember, I will tell you this story. I will tell you this story. One day I remember we were in school, and you know how life in school is. So one day they tried to cook the posho that is similar to ugali. You know what happened? All the students in the school, they demonstrated and they started to smear everywhere the posho, like because it was not the fine posho that they are used to.
But maybe they didn't boil the water.
No,
Maybe
it
they
was
cooked with the water that is not boiled.
it was well cooked, but because it's not pure white as the one that they are used to, they saw it as something that is strange, and the whole something as strange, and the whole school went into demonstration, and there was a lot of chaos in school.
Okay.
But when I came to Kenya, this is the food that I was served. For sure, I liked it. I liked it. So, and then that ring me a bell of what happened in school.
And what do you think is okay? You know both. You know the taste of both. Like, how would you rate it in a scale of 1 to 10?
Me, I will rate it 10. Why?
Like,
what is lacking in us is that we know that posho is always eaten with beans.
okay.
It's always eaten with beans, which is not the case with you guys. When you reach in Kenya, they will serve you ugali with the sukuma wiki, but cooked with beef, and it's really tasty. But for us, not so many people will cook ugali with beef. Why? Okay. Because the cost of ugali and matoke, ugali is like for the low budget. So if you're cooking like a meal, if you can afford to buy meat, definitely you can afford to buy matoke. Instead of spoiling your matoke with your beef with ugali, people definitely resort to taking beef and matoke. So that is what shocked me most. And then, besides that, when we are walking on the streets, there is where we found this roasted maize.
Choma.
Yeah, mahindi choma. We have mahindi choma. We have the roasted maize in Uganda, but the way you guys spice your maize is totally different. Because for us, they just roast and that's all. But you guys go an extra mile, take the lemon, put the salt, put the chili, put the kachumbari and all that. And really, the taste is so good. You remember that every time we would go outside, I will really have the craving for the choma. So it was really, really, really a shock to me as a Ugandan in Kenya because I had never experienced it. That is one of the shock. And then the other thing that anyone who goes to Kenya, anyone who enters in Nairobi, that they cannot fail to talk about is the pimping of the matatu.
Oh.
Guys, if you have not visited Nairobi, when you go to Nairobi, the first welcome or the first impression that you will see is how they modified their matatu or their transportation means. You enter in a taxi, in a matatu, you enter in a bus. They have pimped everything. They have covered everywhere with screens, lights. and the music is booming.
Then
When
they
you
put a lot of speaker. I mean, you
yes,
can't speak. It's
yeah,
like the
yeah.
music is in the brain. I
See,
mean,
my first experience when I entered the bus,
yeah,
I asked you what is
like
happening because I even like couldn't hear anything.
yeah. Actually, guys, we took this bus that is
Mm.
going to Ngong. I
Yeah,
believe that those buses, the one to Ngong, are the most
the
famous.
loudest.
I believe.
All
I think. Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
the way they pimp the buses is really amazing. It's strange.
Yeah.
See now, like for us in Uganda,
Mm,
if you enter in a matatu,
mm.
it's always quiet.
It's
Like
quiet.
everyone is minding
Yeah.
their
It's
own business.
yeah. That's true.
Even you will find that the driver will want to put the music and the people will
Be
stop
like
him.
nah.
Please stop.
But then what I
Mm,
find is strange is that the music is too loud. Like you can't talk. Even
exactly.
you feel like you can't breathe.
Mm,
But there's always some other matatus
mm.
like going to the same place but has low
Hello,
volume,
music.
much low. There is music, but it's manageable.
Mm,
But the price is always cheap. And this one with the high music, it's always
mm,
high. But people will always go to the booming. I'm
mm,
like, you go to that matatu, maybe that one is paying 100, and the
mm.
other one is paying like
80
80,
bob.
80 bob.
Mm.
So I'm like, are we paying for music or what? Are we
Mm.
paying for pimping? But they
Def-
have Wi-Fi, by the way.
yeah.
So maybe you're paying for that. But anyway, you
Mm,
can't use the Wi-Fi. You can't trust it
yeah.
at any.
So that shocked me so much. Like when I entered in the bus, the music is booming loud and everyone is not bothered. Like they are used to
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
For
you
me, I
get
was
used to
like,
it.
okay, if you guys want to experience the kind of disco in a moving bus, or if you want to have a moving
Oh
party,
yeah, moving party.
moving party, jump into the buses in Nairobi. And then also one other thing that I saw, the culture that is in relation to the
Mhm.
transportation, like how these people hunt for passengers.
Oh yeah.
It's really, really, really very strange. They will do all kind of
Mm-hmm.
means. Like
Yeah.
if someone is boarding or if they see a passenger that is coming, the way they will bang. Okay, they have to do it
Mm.
because of the sound that is in the bus. If they don't bang it, the driver will not
Yeah.
understand what is happening because the driver is sitting on another portion and the passengers are on this side with the
Mm.
conductor.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the driver is in his own cabin
Yeah.
and the passengers are there
I'll be
in their own cabin.
Mm.
So it's a shock to me.
Actually, I don't know if you really got this.
Mm,
There are people who their job is to fill the matatu. They are
mm,
not the conductor, and then there's a conductor.
yeah.
So you have to be very careful if you ask like what the price.
Mm,
If you tell them no, maybe they tell you no, it's 100, and then these people they will tell you no, okay, how much do you have? And then you will say maybe I have 80 bob,
mm,
and you will go in and you will meet a different conductor because
mm,
that is their job to fill the matatu, and actually they get paid for that.
mm,
I think by the number of people you bring to the bus,
mm,
you get paid. I don't know how much they
mm.
get paid.
Now
So
I
you have
get
to
it.
be careful. These conductor and the people who fill the bus.
Mm.
Specifically, they will just be there all the time. They're just filling people enter, enter, enter. No,
So they
they
will
don't say
use
enter. How do they? I'm even
mm,
asking you. I know
in
it's
gear.
okay. Beba, it's Beba.
Beba,
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 beba.
Beba.
Beba, beba,
Yeah,
beba, beba.
yeah.
Okay, so besides that, also my other culture shock is how the Kenyan people build their houses. The
Oh,
housing in Kenya.
yeah.
When when we went to Uganda,
Mm,
you saw how the way they build the houses, the
yeah.
finishing of the house,
Mm,
like they will want to make the house look really attractive
attractive
in
from
and out.
outside. Yeah.
Yeah. But now when you go to Kenya, Kenyan people mostly put the more emphasis inside than
Then
outside.
else,
Outside they will not
no one
finish the house.
cares.
Yes.
Yeah.
They will not finish the house properly. So you will see that the clear image of Nairobi is that when you look at the houses, you will only see the concrete stones
Mm,
and the roofing. That's
yeah.
all. What they will do is that like put a line in the edges or the corners of
Mm,
the house and they will cement that and
mm,
that's all like
mm, mm,
when it
mm.
comes to the
Yeah.
finishing of the house.
Because I also felt like the houses in Uganda, they're
Mm.
so beautiful. They
Mm.
are made with the bricks, and it's red in color.
Yes.
So I was in this highway to the airport. So in that
Okay.
highway, you see like houses there down, and another houses there down, and then the highway is in the center. So you see a mix of red and green
Yeah.
because the environment is green. So it's, oh my god, it's beautiful. You know, the environment is just beautiful because of the color, like red. Everywhere it's red because of the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember when we went to Karen. This is now the other part of Nairobi, or the other part of Nairobi, that you will see with different kind of housing. But still, somehow like that, though they are using this, we call them French bricks in Uganda. The small bricks, the red bricks,
Okay, yeah.
the imported bricks. I don't know. You have Kenya clays. They are made
These
with.
these I don't know, somewhere they make these bricks. It's called clay works around
Yeah,
Road
yeah, yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
I remember seeing that because
Yeah.
in Uganda we have Uganda clays that manufacture those kind of bricks. It's in Uganda they are called kajansi. If you mention those kajansi, someone will definitely understand the kind of bricks that they use. So that is the one that I saw in Kenya. Like if you go to Kenya, you will see all houses are kind of similar
because they are made of stones.
because they are made of the stones, and they will not cover up the stones. They will just
they
make
just leave them like done.
they will just make the fine setting of the house inside. So when you're inside the house, you're in a different environment. When you go outside the house,
it's different.
it's totally different.
Yeah.
So for the people who judging according to
How the
how the house look, they will look outside and they will be like,
nah, I can't even live in that house.
I don't imagine how that house looks. But when you enter inside,
and then for me, another thing I'll say about the housing, what I noticed in Uganda, oh my god, guys don't put fences in their house. Like I found it strange because as I'm walking in the road, I can see someone washing utensils there. What's happening?
the Uganda
Yeah, like they literally don't put fences in their house, and they'll do everything when people on the road are watching. Like you can see the kids, they're outside, people washing utensils, like everything you can see when you're on the road minding your own business, but you can see people in their own house. Like it's so strange because mostly in Kenya, we try our best not to have our houses near the road, near where people are passing. Like we try our best, even if this is the road, the house will face the other side because you don't want people to see you when you're inside the house. That's the concept.
You have
but in Uganda, it's privacy. Different. Oh yeah, I think yeah. Because in Uganda, everything is just like, okay, this house is here, another one is there, another one is there. But that describes the spirit of unity.
Yeah,
and communal.
Yes,
community.
Yes, exactly.
Because in Kenya, it's never happened. Like we have a fence between me and my neighbors. Yeah. Okay. We don't see each other. Like we don't.
So everyone is on their own.
Everybody is on her own. Yeah.
So now that shocked me, by the way, when I was there. I was like, this is really so strange. Everyone is on their own.
Yeah.
Everyone is minding their own business. If you people will only come to you when you need help, like if you need help, or if you go to visit, go for an official visit. But no one will mind about you when you're walking on the street or when you're walking past somebody's residency. And then another thing that shocked me is the language. Okay, as a Ugandan, when I was in Kenya, or when I moved in Kenya, not until when someone will approach me and speak to me, that's when they might think that maybe this one is not a Kenyan, or if they hear like we're communicating and you're speaking in English, I'm speaking in English, they might want to know why these people are not speaking English. But somehow when we are walking in the streets, we were in Nairobi, far away from Uganda, but to my surprise, I still hear people speaking Luganda. Yeah,
everywhere.
People speaking Luganda everywhere, and then I'm like, am I in Kenya or I'm in Uganda? So it brings kind of that like show. It's a shock.
Yeah, it's a shock. I think the area I used to stay, I think that's only Uganda.
Yeah.
Because every time we'll go outside, we'll tell me like they're speaking Luganda.
They're speaking Luganda.
Yeah.
I could hear them speaking Luganda, but then when you go there to buy something, they will switch and then turn to Swahili.
To Swahili, like the real Kenyan Swahili.
Yeah, because they will be thinking they're not dealing with the Ugandan.
With the Ugandan, that's true.
So it's strange and it's shocking.
It's
Like
shocking, yeah.
when you go to a foreign language, foreign country, and then you hear your language being spoken.
Yeah, like everywhere.
Yeah, it gives that impression. And then besides the speaking of Luganda, even though we are walking on the streets and people are speaking, like the Luos are speaking, the Kikuyu are speaking, the Kamba are speaking, you will hear that they are speaking a foreign language, but still the flow of the words is kind of similar with the language that I know.
Okay, yeah.
The words or the verbiage that they use, it's
similar.
easy for someone who is not a Kenyan, like if you're Bantu speaking, you will be understanding what they are talking about. You pick a lot of words. So for someone who wants to travel, like for example, a Ugandan who is worried that if I reach in Kenya, how will I be able to communicate? How will I be able to address myself? There is a lot of Luganda that is spoken in Nairobi.
I think there's a lot of Ugandans in Nairobi. Actually, the people mostly will find selling things. I just realized they are mostly are Ugandans. Yeah, because I had also one supplier who used to supply for me, like if I want avocados, things like that. Like he was Uganda to my surprise, but he blends so well with the culture that you not even notice. Yeah.
And then when you talk about that now, you remind me about the market setup of Nairobi or Kenya and Uganda. How you guys set your markets is not the same as how we set our markets. Anyway, there is a lot of food, I will say there is a lot of food supply in Uganda than in Kenya. So when you go to the market, there is more of like, if you're looking for the Uganda food, like matoke, it's very less. And the price is very expensive. How they are selling the mandizi is very expensive.
Because they sell in pieces.
They sell in pieces. They are counting one piece, I think, was 25 bob.
It was
25.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, one
piece of matoke is 25 Kenya shillings.
One piece.
I don't know how much is that in UG.
No, I don't. I cannot convert also. But I remember we went to buy the food, the matoke. One piece is 25, and there is very few people who are selling. Besides that, maybe others like the tomatoes. Tomatoes are easily
because tomatoes are everywhere.
Yeah,
like we eat everything with tomatoes.
So there is more of sukuma wiki, the cabbage
everywhere you go.
And another thing that I cannot fail to talk about when we talk about the market and the setup is how you guys manage the plastic use in Kenya.
Okay.
The way plastic was managed in Kenya, there is no market that you will go to and then they will sell for you something that is in plastic. And even when you go to buy by yourself, you need to carry something that you will use to carry your items that you've bought from the market. So there is nowhere they will put for you anything in the plastic.
Because plastic is banned in Kenya. So it's completely banned. But okay, you get it somewhere. But in case you get caught, you'll be fined with plastic.
Yeah,
but you can't carry a plastic like this. No, you can't.
I got to learn about that also on the airport. Like when you're traveling to Kenya, some of the things that you're not supposed to carry. Like if you're carrying any items that are still in the plastic, it's not recommended. You have to open them from the plastic and carry them when they are like plain without the plastic.
Yeah, because you might get on the wrong hands. You never know. Yeah.
So that is how much they fought the use of plastic. And that is a shock because where I come from, you go to buy sugar, they will put for you in the plastic, and then they will put for you the plastic to carry, and then you go home. When you go to buy food, you buy whatever you buy, they will put for you in the plastic. Okay, they are using more of plastic. That's why if you go to some areas like where they dispose the garbage, you will see more of the plastic than anything else. So that is another shock that got me when I went to Kenya. And besides that, okay, since we are talking about the market and the trading, the way you did your digital cash or digital transaction is a shock to me.
Okay.
The use of money like M-Pesa. like digital
Money
currency,
transfers.
digital money transfer,
Mm.
is a shock.
Oh yeah, because literally you never use cash
Yeah,
anywhere because you can pay even your bus fare with M-Pesa. Like everything you pay with M-Pesa. It's hard for you to be with cash.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing that I realized is that you can stay in Kenya for a month when you don't hold
Yeah,
cash
you
and
don't.
life is very easy
Yeah,
for you.
and you don't hold any cash because you just do the M-Pesa transaction.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing.
If you go to the market to buy something small like this,
Even
even you go to the local market to buy sugarcane or to buy anything, they will ask you, do you want to buy in cash or do you want to pay M-Pesa? If you want, yeah. If you want to buy with M-Pesa, there is a M-Pesa code,
till number.
yeah, till number, and then you will not be charged
Yeah.
anything. That is one advantage that you have.
Yeah, the till
And
number it's free.
yeah, and I think that is why for us in back home, the digital, sorry, this money, mobile money service is not functioning. Is that for any transaction that you do, there is a charge for transaction. But for you, if you're buying goods and services, it's free transaction.
Yeah. Actually, there is only on withdrawal. When you withdraw the money, there's a charge. But so why do I need to withdraw the money? I don't need to.
Yeah, you don't.
Because everything I pay with M-Pesa. I transact money from back to M-Pesa. From house rent, you pay M-Pesa. You go there to buy tomatoes, M-Pesa. You go to the bus, M-Pesa. So why?
So
you don't need cash at all. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the value of the money. The value of the money is a shock to me. The way, okay, when we went to buy some things and then you're telling me that this is, you go to buy, for example, you're buying chips. This,
the Sanford chips.
Yeah. You go to buy chips, they will tell you it's 50 bob. 50 or 100.
No, I think it's 100.
Yeah, it's 100. Yeah. They will tell you it's 100 bob. So when I roll the mind back home, and then I count how many things that you can get in 100, it's there is nothing that you can get in 100, like in the monetary value.
Okay.
If I have your 100 and my 100, if we put them together, the value is not really the same. So it's a shock to me how you guys in the government of Kenya, they came up with this initiative of mobile money.
Mobile money.
Yeah, and they promoted it so much.
It's for me, it's really like the best thing because even here, I find it very hard for me because I have to pay everything like by cash. Like in Kenya it's funny. I buy credit with my mobile, but here I can't buy credit with my mobile. Yeah. Like it's not like M-Pesa. It's very easy with M-Pesa than I think anywhere I've ever gone.
Yeah. See, to the countries that we have traveled to, at least most of them you need to use the credit card.
Yeah. Yes.
So in Kenya it's the other way around. Instead of using the credit card,
you can use But now the difference is, okay, if for example I'm here in the house and I need to buy something online, I need Wi-Fi, right? But with M-Pesa, you don't need internet.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You don't need the internet to like pay for anything or to buy like airtime online. You don't need the internet. Like the app is well designed in a way you don't need your internet. You can purchase it without you can use it with a kabambe phone, the small phone, the button.
Yeah,
that's the good part. So everybody can access it.
All right. And then you talked about the internet. It shocked me also when we went to Kenya that all places that you visit, they have free Wi-Fi. Like the access to internet is in a rampant everywhere. Unlike from my case in Uganda, the usage of internet is very minimal. Like the cost of the internet is very high. It's very high. And even when you're going to the places that claim to have free Wi-Fi, you will go, but the speed of the internet that you will get is not anywhere compared to the kind of internet that you get.
Okay.
I will not go into it. Maybe it's political or whatever it is, or for any reasons. But the speed of the internet that you have and the speed of the internet that we have is totally different.
I think for this one, for the internet, it's because I think the country wants to move to the digital world. Without internet, how will you? You will
No,
not, right?
definitely.
Like now, everything is you need internet for everything. For
Yeah,
school, for works, you need internet. You cannot do without internet. So for the country to develop, that's why like internet is very important.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. So for us, we still lag behind when it comes to internet. Internet consumption is very minimal. Much as the trend that we are
Is
in right now,
mm,
people are moving so much
yeah
into
into
modern
mm-hmm.
technology. Because without internet now, there is a lot of things that
You how will you?
it's becoming more of a necessity.
Yeah, it's a
That
necessity now.
when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that you will get is to get to your phone, check the updates that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You check the weather forecast, how the weather be for the day. You check for the
Mm-hmm.
traffic, everything. Like if you don't have internet, you might not know how you will begin your day.
Mm-hmm.
And besides that, there's a lot of people who are using internet as their
Way
way
of
of earning a
earning.
living.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there is.
people are
Mm,
doing like online jobs. It's the way to go for most of the young people now.
yeah,
Everybody is doing something online.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not only those who are doing online job, but those who are doing content creation.
Yeah.
Content creation, your market is the people that will
Mm,
watch your content,
mm.
and without internet, how will your
No one will
content
watch.
sell?
Yeah.
No one will watch.
Yeah. Because if the internet is expensive, then
Mm,
people will not watch your content.
yeah,
But if the internet is accessible, like if I have Wi-Fi in my house, then it's easy. I can always watch any content that I want.
yeah. The content consumption will be high according to the number of
Yeah.
viewers that you have. That's why you see sometimes you will tell me that there's a lot of people who are doing very nice content in Uganda, but when you see the views are very minimal.
Yeah, the views are very minimum. I used to wonder like why this person is not
Mm,
doesn't have a lot of views. Like why are you guys not watching? Because I used
mm,
to wonder. Mostly I watch the videos and from the comment section, I see people from other countries comment. I'm like, where are
mm,
the Ugandans? Why
mm.
are they not watching? Yeah.
Okay. So putting that aside, another culture shock that I experienced as a Ugandan in Kenya
Mm.
is the weather. Okay, the
Mm.
weather in Nairobi and in Entebbe, where I
Mm.
come from,
Mm.
Nairobi seems more cold
Mm.
compared to
To
Entebbe.
enter the
Yeah,
yeah.
somehow I don't understand how it is,
How it
but
is, yeah. But
Nairobi is
Nairobi
very
is
cold.
super cold. Oh,
It's very
it's
cold.
very cold.
If I'm to relate how cold Nairobi is to the Western Uganda. The
Okay.
areas of Ankole, Kisoro, those are the places that are known to be very cold, the ones that are bordering to Rwanda.
Okay.
So they seem to be very cold, like throughout the day.
Mm.
But when we went to Nairobi, okay, in the day it might be like the
Like
temperatures
this
that
one,
we are
yeah.
used to, but as soon as it clock like 8 p.m. in the night, then the temperatures begin to become
Changes,
more
yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then another thing that shocked me, or that I saw that is strange from Kenya and Uganda, is that okay, we are all in East Africa, like not so far away from the equator, but the green or the sky in Uganda and the sky in Kenya
Mm.
is quite somehow not the
Mm-hmm. Not
same.
the same, yeah.
Because if you look up in Uganda, you will see the sky is clear and
Clear.
blue,
Mm.
but when you in Nairobi, it's like kind of dusty.
It's
Not
polluted.
really, yeah.
It's pollution.
It's kind of dusty, not
Mm.
like the way as it is in Uganda.
You
So
know,
that, mm,
I just noticed that in Uganda,
mm,
things are so natural. Like
yeah,
the environment is so natural, It's like it's same every day, I might say. But in
mm,
Kenya, it's somehow you'll feel like no, it's not that much natural. Like things are polluted, the air is polluted.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Uganda. It's very different.
There is pollution also in Uganda, but I don't really know why the sky is
It's
clear like that.
different, yeah.
Yeah. So that one also is a shock, like that I cannot
Mm-hmm.
live without mentioning. And then another thing that I cannot really give credit to is the hospitality of the people in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
because I remember the places that we went to visit, all the people that used to come and visit us.
Oh yeah.
Is that if you go to visit, the way you're welcomed is really amazing. Like you will feel you want to go and visit again. See, when I remember when we went to visit your shosho.
Oh, sure. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Much as we had the problem in communication because they were speaking Kikuyu, and I'm just picking up a few words in Kikuyu, but I really saw that they were so happy to welcome me. They were so happy to see me, how we were treated, the food that they gave us.
I think you are slaughtered for a
Yes,
chicken. If
yes.
someone slaughtered
Like,
for you a chicken, you are special.
yes.
Yeah.
And then we went unexpectedly. Like they didn't expect us that we are going to visit. We just decided, okay, let's go and give them a surprise visit.
Yeah.
But they surprised us more than how we surprised them.
You carried a lot of things. Come on.
What?
They packed us like so many things.
Yes.
You couldn't even carry.
For sure, that is another shock. They were so welcoming. And then in relation to culture, okay, this is now the tradition between the Ugandan people. Say, like, for example, if you go to visit my home, you're not supposed to meet my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But if I come to Kenya, then I'm free to meet your dad, your mom will be there, and everyone will all will be there to welcome me. So that is another shock. That is something that is strange. To a Ugandan to go to Kenya, they will say that, okay, or if someone is getting married to a Ugandan is getting married to Kenyan, they will have that mind in them that he will not be able to meet your mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Now it's the other way around. Like you are not supposed to meet my dad.
Oh, so you are not supposed
and
to
then
meet my
I'm
mom.
also not supposed to meet your mom.
Okay.
So that is how it is. But in Kenya, it's the other way around. If the two families come together, traditional culture of the Ugandan culture will be forgotten because of how they welcome you.
Okay.
Because see, what I noticed in Kenya is that the mom does more of the welcome than the dad.
The dad is just there to he will give you a side talk actually. Yes. Yeah.
But everything right from the preparation will be from the mom.
Oh yeah.
So that is another shock to someone who has not been to Kenya, or to a Ugandan who is planning to relocate or to get married to Kenya. Things will be totally different. Expect that.
Oh, yeah. So if you in Uganda, like the man is not supposed to meet the mom of the girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like
until when? Until when? Is it forever?
It's forever.
Like seriously?
Yeah.
What about
forever.
those family meetings?
If there is a family meeting, of course the mom will give the contribution or whatever she's giving, but she will not sit in the same room as we will not face like each other. Or if we are to face, if I'm sitting in this corner, she will be sitting in the other corner.
So what about if for example the mom want to come and visit you guys and stay for 2 days?
Okay, there is some scenarios that the mom cannot visit our home.
Oh.
Say, like, for example, we have a two-bedroom house.
Yeah, two-bedroom house.
If we have a two-bedroom house, then it might be difficult for her to visit because we have only 2 bedrooms. So
one bedroom is for us and the other bedroom is for visitors.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean like one living room and a bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like a studio room.
Oh, studio room. Okay, yeah.
So, but if we have a studio room, like we're using one bedroom, she's not supposed to come into that house. Or she can come to visit. But she's not supposed to stay.
Okay. Yeah. You cannot sleep. That's understandable. So but for the one I'm saying, like, okay, we have a big family, we have a big house. No, we have many rooms. So
for that it's fine.
Okay. For
that it's fine. Actually, there is way back they used to say, like, for example, like the old generation setup of the Ugandan community. It's the father's house, the house of the father, because all people used to live like in the same surrounding. You will have your father's house here. Then when you grow up, the father will tell you to build a house next to the main house. So you will have your house. So when you get married, you will have your own house.
As for the ladies or for the man?
No, for the man.
Oh
Now
yeah, for the
I'm
man.
talking about on the behalf of the man.
Mm.
So if you get married, you will have your own house. So just in case, like for example, you've started your family, and then my dad is on the way walking around, he's not supposed to meet your wife. Or if or
Oh,
if he's coming like this and you are
okay.
coming this side, you have by all means to change the direction so
And
that you will not meet.
what is the purpose? Why?
I really
It's
don't
just a
understand.
culture.
It's a
It's just
culture.
a
It's
culture.
a culture.
So you're not supposed to meet the dad.
No, you're not supposed to meet the dad.
You cannot have a conversation like
No, you cannot.
business
No,
conversation.
no, 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 no.
Oh.
Yeah, you cannot have a business
How?
conversation. You can meet in, okay, there is only one incident that you're
Mm,
supposed to meet.
mm,
Is when you deliver the baby and
mm.
then you have to give that baby to him
Oh
because
yeah,
he's the one who is naming the baby.
the baby. Yeah, the baby
So that
name.
is the only ceremony or that is the only incident that will
Mm.
make you meet because it's you to hand the baby to him to check and approve that this baby is from this family and then they will name him.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the only grounds that will bring you together.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah. And maybe if there is someone who has died, definitely all family
Family
has to
comes
come
together.
together
Mm.
and then you will mourn together.
Mhm.
So in that also is another,
Time that you're going to meet each other.
yes, yeah.
Okay, that's nice. I didn't know.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
So that is how it is.
Mm.
So basing on all what we have told you guys, we are really so happy that you're still watching our content and we call upon you to subscribe, click the notification so that when we upload such informative information like this, you will be the first people to get notified. And if you need to learn more about some other cultures, because it's not only ending us, it's not, we are not only telling our story as a Kenyan in Uganda or as a Ugandan in Kenya, we will be hosting a lot of people, different stories, different information, different kind of perspective of how they see the world to come and explain to you their journeys, their lifestyle, and their cultures. So we call upon you guys to always stay tuned to our channel. Watch our content from the beginning to the end so that you don't miss out any of the information because whatever we're presenting right now is flowing and following each other. So if you skip out some,
You'll miss on
you will miss
something.
out something. So we wouldn't want to make you miss out something. So we call upon you to watch and complete our full video, much as it's long, but give it a time and watch. And it's me, Wilson, alongside.
And thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time. Bye
Thank you
bye,
so
guys,
much.
and
Stay
thank you so
tuned
much.
to Connect Kenya Uganda. We
Bye.
love you so much. Bye bye.